Good evening, and welcome to Mercy Career and Technical High School's first virtual fall fundraiser. I'm Chip Baer, a Mercy board member and chair of the Advancement Committee, and I'll be your MC tonight. Joining me tonight is our president, Sister Rosemary Herron, and our chair of the Board of Trustees, Colleen Lang. During the course of the next hour, you'll get to meet motivated, hardworking, and deserving students. You'll meet alumni pursuing successful careers who trace their success back to Mercy Tech. And we'll wrap up the evening with the comedy of Philly's own Joe Conklin. So sit back, relax, settle in for a wonderful hour that will inspire you, entertain you, and I hope persuade you to join me in giving to this unique and wonderful school. Below is the link to our giving page. It's mercycte.org/giving/virtual fall fundraiser. Gifts of any amount are welcome, but I want to call your attention to two giving options in particular. A gift of $50 can purchase a chance to win our 50-50 prize, which we expect to total about $3,000. And a gift of $100 enters you for a chance to win a week's vacation on Kiowa Island, with an additional bonus of $1,000 towards airfare. Entries will be accepted until midnight tonight, with winners to be announced tomorrow. So be sure to enter early and often. So, before we get started on tonight's program, I'd like to turn things over to Colleen. Colleen?
Thank you, Chip, and welcome everyone to our virtual fall fundraiser. I'm excited to share this evening with you and our Mercy Tech family. I'd like to start by thanking the generous people who joined me as co-presenting sponsors for tonight's event. Our sincerest gratitude goes to Marianne and Lawrence Gennardi, Bonnie and Ed Mullen, and Judith and Patrick Weldy. Thank you for supporting our students so generously. And to all of you, my hope is that the contagious spirit of mercy not only fills your heart tonight, but it moves you to share it with us. Now I'd like to turn things over to Sister Rosemary.
Thank you, Colleen and Chip, and thanks to everyone who is joining us tonight for our first virtual fall fundraiser. Although the pandemic has prevented us from gathering together in person, we still wanted to connect you with our school, our mission, our students, and our alums. Our dedicated faculty and staff provide direct service to our students each day, but your support helps us to achieve systemic change in the lives of our young men and women. Mercy Tech is the only Catholic, coeducational, career and technical high school in the country. Mercy Tech students graduate with a high school diploma, as well as industry-recognized licenses and certifications, and co-op experience in their chosen career path. Our students graduate ready to enter the workforce and/or continue their education. Mercy Tech students choose training in one of 7 different fields of study designed to start them on the path to a successful future career. Mercy Tech attracts students from every zip code in the city and outlying suburbs. For the past 2 years, our enrollment has grown as more and more families realize the value of career and technical education and see this as a good fit for their sons and daughters. While our families appreciate a Mercy Tech education, very few families can afford the full cost of tuition, which is why we are asking for your support. Please go to our website now to support this unique educational opportunity and keep Mercy affordable for every family. We are deeply grateful for your ongoing support.
Thank you, Colleen and Sister Rosemary. Now, I'd like to introduce you to some of the students who will benefit from your gift tonight. Our students are the reason for all that we do. We'd like to thank Business Leaders Organized for Catholic Schools and Helm Creative Studio for filming our students and allowing us to share this clip with you.
I'm a freshman at Mercy CTE, and I'm in the cosmetology program.
I'm in the health occupations program for nursing. I picked Mercy because I want to be a nurse in the future.
My grade aunt got me interested in coming to Mercy because we were talking about what high school I wanted to go to, and she had mentioned that there was this system where if we do a certain trade for a certain amount of time that we would be able to get a job as soon as we come out of high school.
I'm currently taking up the shop, advertising arts and web design.
I heard from my brother that they have one of the best nursing programs in Philadelphia.
My first day here, I'll be honest, I was nervous.
I actually have gone to a public school my entire life, so going into a Catholic school for high school was a big change for me.
I've known that I wanted to do art and design since I was little. I used to make little creations when I was younger, and I always felt connected to art specifically. So that's the reason that I wanted to come here to further pursue that.
Learning the Catholic religion from being a Christian it's a good experience.
I really just want to find like what my purpose in life is.
I have a lot of relatives that are in the healthcare field, and I've always been kind of interested in nursing. I knew I wanted to get into some type of healthcare since about 5th grade, I think.
I get my job because I see people around me struggle. So I know what it's like, and I want to make it out. I obviously don't want to be here my whole life. Like, I want to go out, I want to explore, I want to become who I am. So that's what I'm working towards.
We kind of struggle. Like my mom, she works like 2 jobs just to pay rent, buy what we need, clothes, shoes, and like just able to go places. So for people to help us with the tuition is like really a blessing.
I know if we didn't have that scholarship, then I probably would not be going here.
This school is prepping me for what I want to do because I constantly want to involve designing and art into my life.
That is a huge help for my plan for the future. I do plan on going to college after to continue on my education in nursing. So being at Mercy and getting the education that I need earlier in life is a huge help.
It gets you ready. It makes you prepared for the job that you're going to work in. Whether that's cosmetology, being a chef, working on computers, business, building trades, it doesn't matter. It gets you prepared for the future.
We need the trades. We need healthcare professionals. They have the skills to do it and to do it right. So that's the exciting part about our school.
Thank you, because it really helped out.
Maybe like one day I could do the same thing to help these kids that's out here struggling.
I really want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart.
We give confidence to our students, and then they go out and set the world on fire, and they have done that.
These are just a few of the 315 Mercy Tech students who make up our city's future workforce. They're working hard to pursue their dreams, create wonderful lives for themselves, and make our region stronger and better. Right now, I'd like to take the time to recognize our mentor sponsors, the McGuire Foundation, Philadelphia Insurance Companies, Mika and Joe Pistoni, and WSFS Cares Foundation. Thank you for your generous support. Mercy Tech is blessed with dedicated and talented teachers who use their creativity to help our students learn and develop their skills inside and outside of the classroom, preparing our students to become highly competent, compassionate, contributing members of the global community. Here are a few of the teachers describing some of the creative learning opportunities that make a Mercy Tech education unique.
Hi, my name is Amanda Tees, and I teach advertising art and web design here at Mercy. Here at Mercy, we give the students the opportunity to experience what it's like to work in the real world and what it's like to work with a client. They work with getting feedback, how the project is going. One thing that we really focus on is the Adobe Suite. We work with Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, Adobe InDesign. They get certified in it by the end of their senior year, which opens up the doors to lots of many projects. So some of the different projects that we have completed, the logo project, which works with outside companies to help recreate their logo, whether it's their main logo or a simple logo design on a t-shirt for the company that they want to spice up a little bit. We work with marketing and admissions to create different pieces of information that go out to families. We have designed the Mercy Christmas card for a number of years, and we had the privilege of working with SEPTA this past year to create our first bus wrap. So when the admissions and marketing team came to me with the idea of the SEPTA bus wrap, I thought it would be a great idea to go ahead and get the students involved. I had to teach the students how to read a spec sheet, or what the difference is between putting it on a car compared to a bus. So there was a lot of different components that had to go into how is this going to be created? What process are we going to follow? What software are we going to use for it? Can you bring in photos? How would they render? There was lots of different components that the students had to go through to learn exactly what had to go into creating the SEPTA bus. So my students were actually able to work one-on-one with the design team at Intersection, and they were able to get critiques and understand exactly what goes into it. They were able to ask different questions. Intersection was able to answer the questions for the kids, as this was the first time that they were able to go through the process. So just being able to see the growth of where it started and how unsure the kids were when they started to what the final product was a huge difference, and I feel that they felt more confident and able to complete something like that when they go out into the real world. When the final bus actually did come to school and the kids were actually able to see it in person, it was a great experience just to be able to see the joy in the 2 seniors that created that bus, and to know that that bus is going to now be going around Philadelphia for the next couple of months.
My name is Kathy Pastor, and I am the Culinary and Pastry Arts instructor here at Mercy Career and Technical High School. I'm also a graduate of Mercy Vocational High School, class of 2006, where I studied culinary arts. My experience at Mercy allowed me to continue my education at the restaurant school at Wilmot Hill College, where I have my pastry arts degree. Mercy has really prepared me to be the chef I am today. I've worked for various chefs, different restaurants, even being able to come back here and teach. The most recent position that I've had was at the Union League of Philadelphia, where I was the pastry chef there. We were responsible for the restaurants, all the plated desserts, wedding cakes, sculpted cakes, anything pastry related, chocolate sculptures, and I now teach the culinary and pastry arts program here. We get the students certified in ServSafe and nutrition, which are restaurant recognized certifications. One of the programs that we have and the partnership that we have is CCAP, which stands for Careers Through the Culinary Arts program. And that program allows our students to not only get the training with me in the kitchen, but outside the kitchen as well. We've gone to different establishments, worked with different chefs, different demos. We've learned about food waste. So if our students are cutting up pineapples or strawberries, you know, most people throw those ends away. Well, let's put them in a pot and let's make a sauce. Instead of cutting up a full pineapple and a full strawberry, we're learning how to use those scraps. We've been to the Phillies ballpark, where we have learned what they do behind the scenes, not just hamburgers and hot dogs and chicken nuggets, but they've done weddings there, they've done corporate events there. They teach them their hard and their soft skills. So what to do in the kitchen, how to have an interview, how to have a proper handshake, how to look someone in the eye. And that is all part of our job training, where they complete this 5-week course and they're eligible for employment. And we have students that work in the summer, and then that could be used on their resume, used for the future. It's not only a program for the students, but it's also a program for myself as well. I am able to go out for professional development, learn a different technique, bring it back to the classroom and work with the students and teach them. One of the biggest parts of CCAP, I feel, is the competition, senior competition, where our students can compete with students across the area. And our most recent graduate, Raíz Randolph, class of 2021, he won a full scholarship to Johnson & Wales University for his bachelor's degree in culinary nutrition. And he competed against different students. He had to do a French omelet, tournée, a composed salad, and their choice of different knife cuts. So they have to go in prepared what to do. They have to practice this. Me and him have practiced it for weeks, months prior to when he finally got it down. But he is one of our success stories, and he's now at Johnson & Wales University pursuing his dream.
Hi, my name is Lori Almont, and I have been a teacher at Mercy Career and Technical High School for 18 years. And one of the roles that I have taken on is a co-facilitator of the Impact Philly projects with the business education students. And the Impact Philly projects are designed to help our kids have a choice and voice in the classroom. So they get to choose a social issue that they care deeply about, and then they partner with a community organization or a nonprofit, a local nonprofit, and they work towards making positive impact in some way, shape, or form, whether that's raising awareness about their cause or raising funds for the organization. And we've had some tremendous projects in the past, including an initiative to help the Ronald McDonald House. Our students collected funds to create activity boxes for kids who are going through their childhood cancer summer camp. So we collected over 250 boxes. We were able to put what our students called was the sacred scarves. We were able to design customizable scarves for kids who were suffering from childhood cancer, and it was just an example of our kids using their business skills and other academic skills to just figure out the logistics and figure out, all of the little details that, go into a project like this. One of the things that makes Impact Philly special is that it's rooted in design thinking. And design thinking is a process where we ask our kids to really look at the issue or the problem from the people that they're trying to help. Rather than what they think is the solution, we ask them to connect with these community partners such as the Ronald McDonald House. And in the case of eliminating or reducing gun violence, Mothers in Charge. So they work with these organizations like our seniors did last year, and with the Mothers in Charge initiative, which was to help bring awareness about what's going on the streets, and that they are losing people that they care about. Their initiative was called Not Another Friend, because one of our seniors unfortunately had lost a friend getting off of the bus. So we partnered, she connected with Mothers in Charge. They listened to the stories of other families and people who were affected by gun violence, and then they came up with their solution of creating gear, and they called it SWAG, Students Working Against Guns. That the goal was to, have people wearing the gear, seeing what's going on, and again, bringing light to this crucial issue that's going on and affecting them personally, as well as other people in our Philadelphia community. Impact Philly is a way where, like we said, they can apply their skills, and it's an authentic learning experience. It creates an opportunity for service leadership where they understand the importance of giving back and helping others, as well as building their confidence to do that and to taking on issues that are so important, like gun violence and cancer awareness and other issues that we've encountered over the years. We have had a tremendous supporting community where we have local professionals, local professors from Jefferson University has been a really strong partnership. Jefferson University have volunteered students as well as their space, and we have been able to build a really strong partnership with Jefferson University and their different programs that they've been able to share with us. We've had professional partnerships with companies like IBM, Comcast, and other local professional businesses that have really helped our kids build the professional side of working in the business program.
Good evening, my name is Rick Schmidt. I am with Mercy Career and Technical High School. We're now calling it Mercy Tech, and I've been here for a little over 13 years as a building trades instructor, electrical instructor, and I also teach OSHA to the entire school program here at the school. One of the ways that I have gotten involved is with our Operation Katrina project, which started actually 16 years ago with the devastation of the Katrina hurricane. Our students at the time decided they reached out to people down the south and came up with a plan to go down to try to help them. And by helping them, they actually took a van ride to the projects, and they were assigned jobs to do. Now you got to remember, we have 7 different trades at our school. Our building trades, they felt like they would be the most valuable because they could carry their tools, they can bang hammers, they can put in nails, whatever is needed to be done. What happened though, and I saw this myself, is as the project grew over the years, the other crafts wanted to get involved. And 3 years ago, I found myself in North Carolina, and since they realized I was an electrician, they asked us if we could rewire a house. Believe it or not, I had nursing, health occupation girls pulling wires. Actually, I had some of the girls making the connections to the wires. I had COS girls climbing ladders, hanging ceiling fans, while my electrical guys or my building trade guys were taking the finalizations of the wires and making sure that everything was put into play. I had the guys climbing through attics to add lighting to the project. Coordinator down there, I guess we would call him, he actually was a little surprised that these kids were able to rewire a house in 4 days, which was really terrific, because he had to reschedule work for his next group that was coming in there the following year. It's a great project. The kids get a lot out of it. The kids go out of their comfort zone is what they're actually doing. They're down there, they want to help. They volunteer themselves to go there. Teachers have to approve, disapprove, versus on based on grades, academic stuff like that. But these kids want to go, they want to help. They're giving up their whole week of Easter vacation to do this. We leave on Palm Sunday, we drive down to wherever the devastation is that year, and we come back on Easter Saturday or Saturday before Easter. Usually we don't get back till 7 o'clock or 7 or 8 o'clock that night.
I'd now like to recognize our advocate sponsors, Janet and Bill Bonneberger, Michael J. Morris, the Nerney Family Foundation, David and Kim Panici, John and Maurice Sasso, and TN Ward Company Builders. Your generosity is truly appreciated. Next up, I want you to meet a few of our alumni. They are living proof of the value of a Mercy Tech education, and that Mercy Tech students are worth our investment in them. Take a look.
Hey everyone, good evening. My name is Alex Chetzis-Damatis, and I'm Mercy class of 2007. I'm also a member of Mercy's Board of Trustees, and I'm happy to be here tonight with other Mercy alumni who've gathered to share with you how their Mercy education has prepared them for success.
My name is Whitley Kells, and I graduated Mercy in 2010, and I took business as my shop.
Hi, so my name is Olivia Marslak. I am the graduate of 2012, and I took up culinary and pastry arts.
Hi, my name's Erica Zabala. I am from the class of 2014, and I was in the nursing assistance training program. I think it's now called Health Occupations.
Hi, my name is Anissa. I was the class of 2019, and I was in advertising, art, and web design. I was the first class that was able to choose what path we wanted to go to after computer technician. So
I'm really jealous about that. When I started, we were sort of that first shop, as Anissa just mentioned, but it was just sort of the basic hardware, software networking. So it's really awesome to see that evolve through the years. So I think people will be interested to hear about how our journey, after we graduated Mercy, and whether we went into the workforce right away, whether we continued our education, what we're doing now. So like before, I'll kick things off, and maybe we'll sort of go in the opposite direction, newest to oldest. So after graduation, I went directly into the workforce. I was hired full-time by my co-op employer, Philadelphia Insurance Companies, who was based in Ballackinwood. I did that for about a year, and then I accepted a position with the Philadelphia Police Department. And there I spent 6 years supporting the 911 call center, the Philadelphia Crime Information Center, and then I worked very closely with other local, state, and federal agencies, and really supporting their strategic technology initiatives. While I was there, I actually decided to go back to school, and I earned my bachelor's degree in computer science with Pierce College. And then about a year or two later, in 2013, towards the end of 2013, I was really presented with a unique offer to join a startup company based out of Sydney, Australia. That company is called Nuix, and I've been with them ever since. We focus on helping organizations solve some of the toughest data challenges that they might come up in various facets across the organization. And with them today, I'm actually their principal enterprise architect for all of North America. And just recently, I've joined the Mercy Board of Trustees, and my understanding is I'm the second alumnus to have that. So some really cool opportunity to give back to the school. So Anissa, why don't we kick it off to you?
Yeah, so after Mercy, I decided to continue my education at Pennsylvania College of Technology. And I just continued with graphic design just because I felt like there was a lot more to learn. And I'm definitely learning a lot more, especially with having such an umbrella term like graphic design. I'm learning every possible thing that I can so that I can know what I want to fall back on. And I feel like with Mercy, it really did help me kind of get started into that. But then continuing college is just going to help me definitely put a pinpoint on what I want to do for sure when I'm done.
Before moving on to Erica, just a question. So even though you're a full-time student, I understand you have a side business. Is that right?
Yeah. So I actually opened my side business in junior year of high school. It was kind of small at the time, and it was just me kind of doing something such as making personalized items, and it started based off of a project we actually did in junior year. And it was just selling Christmas things to people around school. And I just enjoyed it so much that I decided to turn it into my own business. And even now, to this point, I do it aside from being a full-time student. And I've just been expanding my boundaries. I've actually made my first sale internationally a few days ago. So I am just, thank you.
Impressive.
I'm just trying to work really hard to get the name out there.
That's awesome. Fantastic. That's amazing to hear that. I wish you all the best with that.
Thank you.
So I guess moving on, Erica.
Hi. So after graduating Mercy, so I actually was in the nursing assistant training program. Once I got my certification, I had my co-op at St. Ignatius Nursing Home. I was blessed to get a job offer to stay there after graduation. So I continued working there until from like 2013 up until 2017. I stopped working there because I got an opportunity to work at Temple and Penn. So I quit there and worked at Penn and Temple as a nursing assistant. I did pursue higher education, so I ended up going to LaSalle University right away. And I graduated in 2018, passed my boards and accepted a job in the cardiac ICU at Temple Hospital. And I've been there ever since. So I've been a nurse for about 3 years. And right now, I actually just started 2 weeks ago. I got into the nurse practitioner program for the doctoral program at Temple University. So
that's awesome. And I'm sure, with the last 18 or so months, it has been pretty tough being in that. And are any, quick stories you want to share in terms of, sort of being on the front lines, if you will?
Honestly, I feel like I've seen many deaths that I shouldn't have seen in my entire lifetime. I still see it to this day. The COVID numbers are still increasing. When COVID did happen, we stopped all cardiac surgery. So we had to, we were forced to work in the COVID ICU. So that was tough. Numbers have lessened, but there's still a good amount of is going around the hospital.
It's tough, but obviously without people like you, we wouldn't be able to get through it the way we have been. So we appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Moving on, Olivia.
So Actually, I kind of moved pretty fast. Literally a month after graduating Mercy, I moved out to Chicago and started at Le Cordon Bleu. I did my 9-month program for baking and pastry. Then I went back for a year and a half and got my associates in hospitality management. And like I said, I've been out in Chicago since I moved the past 10 years. It has its challenges. Definitely the weather is a big part of it, but I love it out here. It's absolutely awesome. After graduating college, it took me about, I'd say, a good 4 or 5 years to get to the position I'm at now, which is an executive pastry chef. Making the money, hustling, doing R&D, like research and development. But Mercy definitely helped me to get into that position, starting out so young and so early, and getting the certificates you get through the Vogue Tech School, and you also have to push yourself as well.
That's awesome. Thank you. I suppose you're the only one at the moment outside of the city on the call. So it's probably worth me noting, anything you miss in particular about Philly?
Besides family and friends, that's my home. Philly is definitely my home. Even though Chicago is too, like the past decade's been awesome, but just the atmosphere, just Philly people in general, to put it that way, I guess.
Nice. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing that. Whitley.
Okay, so my story, once I graduated Mercy, I did my co-op at Temple Corporate. So I stayed there for about a year, and then I went to college. I went to Newman University, and I actually majored in business again. Throughout college, I didn't work. I just was a student athlete. Once I graduated, I worked at TD Bank for about a year and a half. And then I actually stayed in touch with some people at Temple Corporate. So it was able to get me back in. So, but just in a different department. So I was at Temple for about 5 years, and the COVID happened and our building got caught on fire. So they moved us elsewhere, and it just wasn't working out for me no more. So I decided to take a leap of faith. I wasn't happy and I quit. And I opened up my own business. I'm a spin instructor. So I teach spin to people in the Philadelphia area. It doesn't matter where you're at. I started it this year in July, actually. Then before that, I got my master's in business management in the year 2019. So then I quit Temple. Then I started my own business with Spin. Then I actually am working at Mercy as the new business instructor. So that's my life right now.
Congratulations.
That's awesome. Congrats. Yeah. What, just curious, so what made you come back to Mercy as a business teacher?
I felt like it has a purpose, I wanted to help people. I wanted to start a career that has purpose now. So I feel as though since I started Spin, that has a purpose with people with health. Yeah. And then now as a teacher, I'm teaching the young ones to be great.
That's amazing. Awesome success stories all the way around.
Thank you.
Well, so for those of you watching and listening to the five of us, I think it's pretty apparent, right? We're all here tonight because we're grateful for the education that we've received from Mercy. And if I look back and I think, hard about it, I would say that, Mercy benefited me the most by really preparing me for the workforce. And that wasn't only through just, the shops and, the various hands-on and lectures, but, really through the teachers and staff as well, instilling values in us and principles that, I feel like have carried me throughout my professional career thus far. So, having that real world experience, both through co-op and just sort of living and breathing that every day, to me, that, I believe has benefited me the most. So Whitley, I guess just to kick it back to you, what would you consider as, sort of benefiting you from the Mercy education?
What benefited me was my business teacher back then was Catherine Glatz. I felt like she helped me so much as a woman, especially in the business world. She's very smart. She even got me into like an entrepreneur leadership camp when I was in high school. So that's kind of nice that I was able to learn the entrepreneurship side of business, we always kept in contact. And then she was able to get me back into Mercy to teach. So I feel as though she's been a great influence for Mercy, definitely.
Definitely. And I remember when Ms. Glatz first started. It was a long time ago, but I'm glad to see that she's still around. How about you, Olivia? How do you feel Mercy has benefited you?
Sure. Pretty much the same. Definitely gonna get a shout out to Chef Pastor. I also had Chef DeVos, who is no longer there. But I think in a general sense, plus also my direct line of work, it's all about who you know and the lessons that you take from people. And if you just want to strive for greatness, you have to be great. You have to get somewhere. But definitely just my mentors throughout my whole journey from high school until right now at this moment. I've worked with many chefs, many kitchens, met quite a few people, definitely out in Chicago. So it definitely helps to know people, but definitely take the lessons and just strive for greatness. Absolutely. Just the people.
I agree. Erica?
Yeah, Mercy definitely shaped me into the person I am today. I'm forever grateful for Miss Glatz. She helped me grow professionally, how to speak to people confidently, and all that. The teachers, actually, and then my shop teachers, Miss Kelly and Miss Boone. I'm not sure if they're there still, but with like getting my CNA at a pretty young age, that helped me to be a diligent nurse to this day. I feel like being a CNA was pretty much the foundation to nursing. At the end of the day, someone needs to be washed, someone needs to be bathed, someone needs to be groomed pretty well. I don't know, that definitely provided a lot of opportunities being in the shop.
Thank you. And last but not least, Anissa.
I would definitely say Mercy in general just benefited me in being independent, especially as times start to become more modern and everybody is doing a lot of different things. I feel like the way that Mercy just keeps up, they make sure they're keeping up with us to make sure we're always successful, no matter the time period. And I've just always appreciated that, especially in shop, just getting into those entrepreneurial things, getting independent projects and things like that from teachers around the school, just help set me up to be able to know how to talk to people, whether it's, clients or even things like this, where it's just like, I have had a lot of experience, even just from being in school and being able to go straight to college on my own, where teachers sometimes won't even do that for you. So,
yeah, you're spot on. Definitely many invaluable things that I think, all of us have benefited from, and hopefully countless classes in the future will as well. Well, before we wrap up, is there anything else that anyone would like to share? Anything positive, that either, from your background with the school, or just any sort of message for the future classes at Mercy?
I like to say one thing. So after graduation, for my BSN, a lot of my friends and actually had a hard time getting like a job. Like every nursing job was pretty much competitive. So some people had like 4.0. I had good grades, not like a 4.0 or anything, but one thing that stood out when it came to my interviews was my resume and my experiences as a CNA. So that's why I'm like forever grateful for Mercy. I was like one of the first people who was able to get a job like right away after college. Actually, 1 week after passing my boards, I ended up working as a nurse, whereas some of my friends didn't get a job until over a year after. So pretty grateful for the experience.
Yeah, absolutely. If I could just chime in, sorry about that, but I like what you said there, Erica. Going back to like people who you know or people you work with, it's a lot about experience and how much you're going to take it, how dedicated you are. Definitely. I mean, freshman year for me it wasn't the worst, but of course it wasn't the best. You weren't in shop. You didn't get to do what you came to school for, or like a vo-tech school, but I mean, to incoming freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, just go with it. If you are on the right path, stick to it, and you'll definitely be successful.
100%. And you'll be as successful as what you put into it. I think I think we can all attest to that. Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure for myself to connect with the fellow alumni tonight and hear how the Mercy education was a springboard for your own success. For everyone watching tonight, I hope you feel moved to contribute to support this wonderful school. Keep it excellent and affordable for students today, as well as for the future alumni. Thank you for your time.
Such an inspiring group of young people building successful careers on the foundation they received at Mercy Tech, made possible with your support. Speaking of community leaders, I'd like to recognize these advisor sponsors for their generosity. I promised you an evening of inspiration and entertainment. I hope you're as inspired as I am by our students, faculty, and alumni. Now, it's time for the entertainment with comedy provided by Philly's own Joe Conklin. Joe has been a constant in Philadelphia radio for more than 30 years, known for his spot-on impressions of politicians, professional athletes, and other celebrities. We're so pleased that he's joining us tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Conklin.
Thank you so much, Chip, and everybody in the audience. And what a great night we have here, Mercy Career Tech. I'm thrilled to be here for you guys. I understand you're having a great fundraising season so far. So many generous, big donors, and we're very thankful for all of you. If you're out there and you're listening, thanks to all of our sponsors and donors. And tonight's for get the rallying to bring us to the finish line. Some of the smaller contributors, and we'll take it all 50-50s. It's a great night for Mercy, so I'm very excited. And I want to thank Sister Rosemary for having me. My sister Maureen is a sister of Mercy also. Sister Maureen Conklin. I hope I don't get her in trouble tonight by my performance. She does a lot of work down around the corner, a few blocks away at the Mercy Neighborhood Ministry at 23rd and Venango. I know you guys coordinate some things together, and great work you're doing at every level. I'm very thankful for all that, and we all are. So it's a great night to be here, and thankfully we're starting to break out of the COVID a little bit. Of course we got this on Zoom virtual today, but little by little we're tiptoeing out, and that's a good thing. Want to put that in the rear view mirror. We do have to be wary of the new thread or strain. It's called the Delco variant. I know we do have some that started in Swarthmore College, went over Baltimore Pike. It's creeping through Havertown. Symptoms include a tendency to get a leprechaun tattoo on your calf, and to speak in a Delco accent, it's called Delcovid. So just be aware of that. And of course, they're encouraging vaccinations. Want to get everybody vaccinated. In fact, there's a big rallying cry. All the ex-presidents are now on the stump pitching vaccinations. Former President George Bush was out there. I want all Americans to get vaccinated. Either get the Pfizer or the Moderna. I got the Madonna. I feel like a virgin. Get the shot. Take a shot in the arm or right in the keister. I had half the family vaccinated by Keister Sunday. Who else? They had Bill Clinton, President Clinton out there. I understand we're getting a little behind in the vaccines. I never mind a little behind. By the way, thank God for curbside pickup. All right, Mr. President. Also, President Obama was out there. I want to encourage all Americans to get vaccinated. If you can't get an appointment, I'll get you one in Kenya. Make sure you bring your birth certificate. I do want to thank, who else? Oh, Mitch McConnell is on the stump. I'll say the volunteer kid, that's what I say. I say, I don't want to sing, I just think you should learn to sing without moving your mouth like I do. So and you learn and then you learn to sing outside of both sides. Like if you're speaking to the right, you speak on the right side here. Speaking to the left side, you speak here, and all that goes well. I'll teach him the awkward Mitch McConnell smile. Bernie Sanders is out there. I think we should get everybody vaccinated, especially the poor people. We give them a vaccine and a bologna sandwich at the same time. We're doing what we can here. We're passing laws in the Senate. We are doing virtual and in person. I do a lot of pointing. I point over here. I point over there. I make circles, large circles, smaller circles. We do chanting. Hey, hey, ho, ho. COVID-19 has got to go. Hey, hey, ho, ho. Who else we had? Dr. Fauci, of course. We want to get everybody vaccinated. Doesn't matter which one that you get. They're all good. They're all going to work. Pfizer, J&J. Hello. Of course, former President Trump. Dr. Fauci is a stinking loser, okay? It's true. People didn't know Dr. Fauci from Dr. Pepper before I got a hold of him. And that's a fact. That's the truth. We're doing great things. We're raising a lot of money and we're winning elections. We got sponsors of our own, like the great Mike Lindell from My Pillow. You know, boy, what a pillow he's got, huh? Even sister knows, right? I know Catherine puts a pillow under the back of her desk there. My Pillow, great things. Mike, I think that's how Sleepy Joe got his name. He snuggled up to a little one of those My Pillows. We haven't seen him since. What a boring presidency. What a boring presidency this is. We haven't had an insurrection in months. I'm telling you, I don't know what's wrong with you people. All right, we'll get off politics, sister. We'll move into, by the way, it's great to be back with the Sisters of Mercy. I don't want to, a lot different than the nuns that we grew up with. Let's face it, guys. Everybody listen. The sisters that taught us usually had no mercy at all. But we won't get into that right now. These are not. I was shocked. And my sisters involved. These are nice people. It's a different breed. I was taught by the nuns that use the long wooden sticks with rubber tips on the ends. You remember these people at all? Yeah, the Pointer Sisters. That's them. My favorite now was Sister Burgess Meredith. Come on in here, you little son of a gun. You tend to flick on the wrong knee. You gotta find this out. Thanks a lot, sister. I'm 8 years old. I feel pretty good about myself now. I'm 8 years old, dodging combination. Yes. Good morning. You ever put your arm up to block a punch? Like 8 other nuns would come out of nowhere. But anyway, I don't want this whole portion to be edited out, sister. I apologize. All right, let's get back to we'll talk sports. I work at the sports station, WIP Radio. And of course, we've had an amazing quite a start, let's just say, from the Philadelphia Eagles. Merrill Reese was excited. This is Merrill Reese there, voice of the Eagles. Merrill Reese here, voice of the Eagles, here along with Mike Quick. I got you back there, Merrill. I got you. Mike, how about this start? I am shocked. I am shocked by this start by the Eagles. I am in disbelief. This moment of disbelief brought to you by the American Atheist Society. We can't believe this, and by God, neither can they. Here we go. That's right. It's crazy out there. Coming off a lot of big games with the Eagles, and we won't even talk about I don't even want to talk about the Phillies. How bad has it been, sister? It's terrible. I know we do have a lot of Phillies fans, but it's been a long time since the glory days of 2008 World Series. There's no Jimmy Rollins, no Chase Utley and Ryan Howard anymore. No Charlie Manuel. Nobody misses Charlie Manuel like me. I miss Charlie when he used to, at his press conferences, when he used to bob his head up and down. I'm gonna knock you out, Howard. Cole Hamels is gone. Best left-hander we've had since Steve Carlton would stick a microphone in front of his face. That's like, I just try to do my best out there, and that's all you can expect of me. You like my hair? Pardon the side. And of course, we haven't won anything since we lost the great Harry Callis a few years ago, back in 2009. Harry Callis, one of the nicest guys in the world. Of course, the greatest voice in Phillies history. His big thing was he would do the answering the outgoing message on your cell phone if you ever asked him. People, if he did it once, he did it 10,000 times. People would come up to him all over the place at the ballpark, at the supermarket, at Wawa. Hey, Harry, can you say out of here on the phone for me? Can you say with the machine? Can you, Harry, with the out of here? Can you say it? Sure, no problem. Dolores can't come to the phone right now because she went out for a long drive way back. It's got a chance out of here. And don't leave your name and number. We'll be happy to return the call. Thank you, Harry. You're the best. He's the greatest. We love him. Let's see. We got the Eagles, Phillies, Sixers. Oh, the Sixers. I know we have some Sixers fans out there. How disappointing were they in the playoffs this year? Brutal. Chris, did you watch any Sixers? Did you see Ben Simmons and underneath the basket there? Sister Rosemary, you would have been embarrassed if he was a Mercy career technical student. Come on, you guys try at least, right? He's underneath with the basket. He doesn't shoot. And the worst part, he's not vaccinated either. He's afraid to take that shot too. Ho! Ho!
Wow.
Good night, everybody. Oh man, just embarrassing. Of course, the Sixers, they have a lot of talent. They have the big fella, the 7-footer from Cameroon, Africa, Joel Embiid. It's not the first time they've had a center from Africa. Many years, about 20 years ago, they had a guy by the name of Dikembe Mutombo. You guys remember him, right? He had the big, deep voice. Dikembe Mutombo, Sholabo, Jolombo, Jean-Jacques, Claude, Malapalambo. No, not today. Not today, sister. And of course, Embiid's voice is much higher pitched. He's I tried to work really hard. I got to get in better shape. I got to improve my conditioning, and I promised to her, I got a new trainer. She lives right next to Chick-fil-A. Now, of course, after the playoffs, a lot of people were disappointed. Charles Barkley is on national television. He's ripping Ben Simmons for not shooting the ball because he's afraid to go to the foul line and all that. And he was on TV. Man, how long we been talking about Ben Simmons? 4 or 5 years now. I told you, Ben Simmons, you can't play in the NBA if you don't know how to shoot the basketball. I feel bad for the guy. Over the summer, I saw him down at Wildwood's Boardwalk. He was trying to win his girlfriend a stuffed animal, but he couldn't hit a foul shot. It was terrible, man, just terrible. He tried to shoot the water in the clown's mouth, but he killed 2 seagulls. And he hit the kid on the Ferris wheel. It's bad, man. Just bad. And who else? Allen Iverson checked in. Allen Iverson, former 76er. I don't know why y'all ripping Ben Simmons. I love that guy. I think he's great. I love to play with him. I think we'd be the perfect complement because he don't shoot the ball and I don't pass the ball. But it's hard. It's hard. I played basketball in Philadelphia. Then I got traded. To Colorado. Y'all know what's in Colorado? Ain't nothing but mountains and desert. Y'all know what's in the desert? Cactus, man. We talk about cactus. What are we talking about? We talking about cactus, not a flower. We talk about cactus, man. See, everybody's piling on this guy, but Iverson is a fan of Ben Simmons. So hopefully we'll have a little bit more to cheer about in the coming weeks when we get more of those contributions coming into Mercy Tech. Everybody out there listening, get on that 50-50. It's like a Catholic beef and beer. We got how about an arm's length? You want an arm's length here? Beef and beer. Well, it's like a virtual beef and beer. Go pour yourself a beer get a roast beef sandwich. There's no bingo tonight, but it's a good old-fashioned fundraiser. That's about it for me. Thank you all very much for everything you do for Mercy, and all the best. Thanks, sister, and all the panelists here. Great to see you guys.
Thank you, Joe, for being part of our event tonight. I'd also like to thank these additional sponsors and all of you for tuning in and for giving. Just a reminder that you can purchase chances for the 50-50 raffle and the week on Kiowa Island, plus $1,000 for airfare until midnight tonight. We will announce the winners on the website tomorrow. Thank you for your support for this unique school and these amazing students. Good night, and God bless you.